Hello, I'm back for another video, and this is for the Fluid Art Friday that is on Instagram. I will try to pop up a picture of it in the corner here. It is fluid art with a palette given, and I've chosen China Glaze, Olive to Roar, this D&D Puzzled Purple, China Glaze, Pink or Swim, and Sally Hansen Proper Rose. And every time I've tried to do clear fluid art polish, it never really, I can't really see the cells. So this time I'm going to go with a black fluid art polish, which is a DIY fluid art polish. So we've got that, and we have our silicone cupcake liners. I was reading that there is a way to do it where you can put it on the stamper and then smush it on your nail, and I have not tried that yet. I thought about trying that, but then I started looking it up a little bit more, and something had said that it wasn't very effective, so I'm going to stick with this way for now. And then once you get them all on there, you want to give it a smush. Usually one is pretty good, but then you can start to see those cells. Now you just kind of want to move it around a little bit. See what happens. That didn't do too bad. The only thing, I like the clear because then you can see the colors. When you use black or white, you can't see the colors as much, but there's some little cells in there that time. I have also done the fluid polish first instead of last, but it seems to work better if I do it last. And see, now this time I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna smush it first. I've also done this, and I usually don't get great results because see, then now it seems like the green is gone. We'll just try to add a little bit more, and then we'll add our fluid polish. Give it a smush. Oh, I think I smushed a little too hard. You don't want to smush it too where you're smushing it like crazy. Well, but I smushed it a little bit too hard on this end, but then over there they look pretty good. But then all that black sits right there. I don't know. I'm learning. I've only done this a handful of times, but I love the way it looks. So when I'm gonna let these sit to dry for a couple hours, and then when I come back to make the decal, I will show you that I'm not gonna use any of this part. Anyways, I more want that part. I'm only gonna do 4 nails this time instead of 5. That's why I have 4 cupcake liners. If you use more polish and you want to make a bigger decal, obviously you could get, maybe depending on how long your nails are, you could probably get 2 decals out of one time. But oh, see, I shouldn't have smushed it twice. I liked where it was that one time. See how all you can see is the black, but in the pink, I suppose. Sometimes if you slide it down like that, it makes the cells bigger. That looks pretty good there, but I just want to see the other colors. I have seen somebody like where you kind of pull it out to get the colors to pull. But you gotta, yeah, like that kind of. I mean, it looks great right there, but. All right, here, now I'm going to show you where if you were to put the fluid polish down first, and then sometimes you almost have to, let's see. maybe we needed more purple is why it didn't really show. Alright, then now we're gonna, and really, like I said, after you do that one smush, it's almost all you need. But see, now the fluid polish is down there, so I'm gonna smush it. See, now that, you can see the colors, but you can't, the cells don't, well, they kind of are. Well, maybe that was the trick. But, let me see. Oh boy, there it goes. Now, maybe I should have done that with all of them. Let's try that one more time, because with doing the fluid art polish on the bottom, you can actually see the colors instead of the black. Even though these, I mean, that one's pretty, I like that one right there. And really even this one, there's a lot of cells right there, tons of them. Let's try one more time. Let me get one more liner. All right, let's try it with it on the bottom again. I guess it's just like with anything, any other nail art, you're gonna have to just keep trying, and sometimes it looks best this way, sometimes it looks best that way. That's the way it goes. See, really, those cells are already starting to form. All right, let's. See some, but not. Maybe I just need to be patient. I mean, there's right there and right there did pretty good, but not really in the middle. So, all right, well, there's our cells. We're gonna let these dry for a couple hours, and then I will come back and we will put them on. Okay, I am back. It's been a few hours and they are now dry. I usually just flip them over and then peel them off. Like, well, maybe. The other ones came off, but I don't know, they put the video on, they don't want to come off. There we go. Okay, just peel them off like that. You will, if you try to peel them off, you will know they are not dry. If they're like tacky and they stick to your tweezers, then that means they're not ready yet. Alright, so we have all our decals. Now, I usually use this Holo Tacos base coat because I haven't tried really anything else, but so I'm just gonna put this on. Usually I do 2 nails at a time. So we want to let that dry for a few. And then, let's see, usually I like to look at where the cells are the best. And then decide, see, I'm not happy, decide where I want it and then maybe cut around it so I get most of the excess off, because I'll tell you what, that is one thing that I am not a fan of, is taking off the extra. But then you don't want to take off too much, because if you take off too much, you're going to not have enough. Yeah, I'm just not happy with the way you can't see all of the colors, but like I said, it is what it is. Whoop, we got what we got. And so let's see. Oh, geez, oh, Pete. Oh boy. Alright, maybe I should have thought about that a little better. Because alright, let's see. Now you just wanna, you can use a silicone tool if you want to smooth it out. I'm missing a little bit right there, but that's okay. You can use your finger to lightly press on it. If your nail's still pretty wet, you don't want to press too much because it will smush the polish. I've had that happen, and then that's not good either. Like the worst, I hate putting on decals like this so much, but gotta do it right. Did I say if it's too wet, it'll smear? Did I say that? Yeah. So let's see if we can do this one. Oh, that's what I was going to say. They also, I know this, I think I've only found like 1 or 2 places that make them, but I know SJ3 Designs makes the decal sizers. Just haven't got myself to get one yet because I think that would make it a lot easier. Here I'm just kind of guessing. Alright, so you're going to let that dry for a few. And then I'm going to move on to the next one. Maybe I should size it before I put the base on. So I want that one to be about right there. Man, oh, that black. And then once you think it's dry enough, you just kind of want to start peeling it off. But you got to be really careful even peeling it off because that's another issue, is if you peel too hard, the whole decal's coming with it. I got this little tool. I think it's a cuticle pusher that I sometimes will use. But even if you snag this a little bit too hard, it's going to take too much of it off. So as much as the pain in the butt these are to put on, but I just love the way the cells look. I don't know why, but I just love it. So that's pretty good right there. I want to make sure it's kind of tucked in that way. And also another way, oh, my hands are dry now. It's peeling off my skin, I think. Another way you could also do it is use acetone to eat it, the rest of the decal, the excess decal. You could use it to eat it away. My nails can't take any more acetone, so I would rather do it this way. But that is a great way to do it as well. Oh man. I mean, or if you got too much, you could just cut it off. Just make sure you don't get too much. Oh boy. See, this was the one that I did with the fluid polish on the bottom, and I really don't like that either. Maybe the colors just weren't the greatest, I don't know. You can see all the colors in this one, it's just you can't really see the cells. And this was the same with this one. Oh. Okay. That's the other hard part, is getting it to look perfect around the cuticles, but I don't need it to be 100% perfect. Nothing's ever perfect, so it's gonna look the way it looks. Oops, now I forget which one was for which one. I think, oh, I think it was this. There we go. Even that one I missed a little bit right there, but oh, this one's really the worst. Alright, that one missed a little bit too. Okay, so this was a little bit of a bust today. But that, like I said, that's alright. It's not always going to work out in your favor, but we just still gonna keep going. Alright, so there's that. I suppose if you're good at doing, I don't know, what are those things called, nail wraps, then you'll definitely be good at this. Maybe they have a tool for those that would work for this too, I don't know. That one's coming up a little bit right there, but once I put the top coat on, I can push it flat. Alright, I just want to take this little tiny bit off right here if I can. Okay, so just getting it, you know, exactly how you want it around the cuticle. That, I mean, that is totally up to you. You can take as little or as, I mean, it depends how perfect you need it, and that will depend on how you prefer and how long you want to take. And so then after that, sometimes I will use the no smudge top coat, like the stamping no smudge top coat, because if it's not dry enough, it will smear your work, and obviously that would be a bummer because we just did all this and it took a while. But this time, I'm not using a no smudge top coat. I'm using the rock top coat, and we're gonna just hopefully hope that. And then if you got any on the sides that you couldn't get off with by scraping it, you can just use some acetone, and yep, that's about it. You just want to put the top coat on, and really that even if it doesn't look the best, once you put that top coat on, it makes the cells pop if they're there. So there we go. I could once that dries, I'm gonna take a little bit off on there, but there we have it, our fluid nail art design. Thanks for watching. See you next time.